Welcome to another edition of Tell It How It Is, a no filter. Thanks for joining me. This is Voice of Reason. A big, huge rest in peace, sleep in peace to my colleague and friend, Peter Smalls. Salute, King. That's a tough one. So I'm going to take a second for him, though. We love you. Because I hated to have to say that, and for that to be a news that I have to say, I'm just thrown off already. So I'm going to go somewhere else with it before the topics because that shit is crazy. All right. Trump allegedly 3 attempts on violence. Most recent is Correspondent dinner. July and September of 2024. So presidents were never safe, but I guess it's kind of record breaking because we haven't had this report in a long time. You know, just for a little history for you, prior was Reagan shot in March of 81. Clinton in 94, there were shots at the White House. Bush in 2005, a grenade that didn't detonate. And of course, the last kill was Kennedy in 63. Is this a distraction? Is this something of real concern? I think Trump, a president's job, again, you could always be a target, but he can't really be this surprised about it. He's a little reckless. He speaks reckless. He's a little reckless. I ain't going to hold you. You know, I'm not getting into politics or my personal feelings here. You know, that has nothing to do with it. Just from what I hear and the little bit I do see, because I don't really pay the government and the politicians a lot of my time. So I don't have much to go off of, but that's how most people are judged. The few interactions, if any, you know, all it takes. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I do know of him, I'm not surprised. Am I wishing this on him? No. But I'm not surprised. So that's his 3rd attempt. And that's kind of crazy, right? So 2 rants, 1 rant really. Sports is rigged. Fanduel, DraftKings. Now, when most people say that they're frustrated, they're losing, you know, or they win some, they lose some, or whatever. I'm saying it's rigged whether it favors us or it doesn't. I just be really noticing that as of late because in the past week or so, I've done more of indulging than normal. And again, it's not win or lose. And, you know, me feeling salty on my win or loss. I mean, on my loss, of course. But it just feels like it's just rigged to me. Pardon me, man. The show must go on. But I'm a little out of it. I ain't going to lie. But the show must go on. So pardon me for that ahead of time. There was something else I wanted to rant about outside the sports as being rigged. If it come back to me, I'll talk to later. All right, so let's go in the order now. The fear of getting played. No one wants to look stupid or foolish out here. I mean, it'd be naive and ignorant to say whoever thinks they're so rough and tough that they can handle anything never really had to handle anything because it's not a good feeling. We know this. This is nothing new, you know. So everyone individually protects themselves. Sometimes it's a little village, you know. I feel like men, we got to thug it out a little more. And women have their little village that helps protect them. You know, they go to them in their chats or whatever and ask for advice on how to move, you know, when they do meet somebody or whatever. And maybe that's that circle that helps them or possibly helps them from getting played. Again, for men, we don't really have that circle. We bring it up after, like, not to play victim. Ladies, let's be real. Y'all have y'all chats where y'all can talk and indulge going into the situation, upon meeting them, during, before, after, whatever. With guys, you usually don't have that in that chat. The chat is only going to go down when it's shit already done went left. Maybe the super duper beginning, and then when it go left. There's no lead up in any men's chat. It has to go left. So we don't get that support system. And maybe that's something we need to discuss as guys and maybe start that. I don't know. If that is that too sensitive, we got to be hardcore out here. So I don't know. You know what I mean? But I do know that no one likes that feeling. And I can't even sit here and tell you how to really protect yourself either. We sit here, life coaches and whoever else online, and tell you red flags. You see the signs. I feel like life is like sometimes like the game shows, Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, or whatever, because from the TV we watch and we go, oh man, how could they get that wrong? How could they make that mistake? Even the sports analysts and all that with the basketball game, as I, already said about sports being rigged. We are so critiquish. We are so judgy on things we see and pretend that we would do a way better job that we got it like that until we're in that situation and now we freeze up the same or maybe do worse. So it kills me when people be saying shit like, there was red flags, you ain't see the red flags, I don't know what you was looking at, you couldn't tell this. Or the people who after the fact be like, I knew that shit wasn't going, I ain't really think it was going to make, and whether you think you take your emotion out of it, but emotions or not, I feel like that's hate, low-key hate or jealousy. Because even if you ain't step up and say it, then, there's a song by Fab I love called Frenemies. Your so-called friend who knew it when it popped off, but no phone call then. Something of that sort. So when people be saying they know, they could tell, and try to criticize you because you didn't peep the signs, all that shit is fuckery to me. So no one wants to get played. Pay attention as much as you can. Try not to get your feelings too in it when you're not sure, right? And definitely get this can't be alone syndrome out of you. Now that I could criticize. We have to get out of the fact that we think we must need someone. We. And then the more up there we get this desperate thought like, yo, you don't want to grow old alone, or you don't want to be old alone. And I get all of that. But you mustn't be desperate because you can still get the wrong person. And you don't want the wrong person around the older you get. It's cute. It's never cute. But younger, you can still figure it out. You can maneuver. You have the energy to get over that or get through that. When you're old and you have it's just crazy, right? So just pay attention best you can. Don't just pour your heart out, and don't have that I can't be alone syndrome. And, that's the best way to battle this. And sorry to say, you may still get played. No one's exempt. Got it? Why do you deserve love or special treatment? This is so... It's fucking crazy. So, men, again, being stronger, this statement ain't for us, right? Because even if they try to say it's for us, we out here working and grinding. Do I think I deserve love? It's cute. It's nice. If you a hustler, you work for every dollar and you find $20 on the floor, it's like, all right, I'll take it. But did I deserve that 20? Some shit just gotta get done. You just gotta do what you gotta do. If you get love, cool. Now I know I don't want to make it like we're that hardcore or we that dark out here that, oh, no love is needed. I never said it's not needed. I never said no love. But what are we talking about here? Love or special treatment, a partner, right? So it's like, you at a certain age and it's like, that's cool. Like, if I got somebody that really love me, that's dope. But do I deserve it? Did I pay all my debt yet? Did karma say, all right, you good now? Because that's what it boils down to when you was living a player life, or you did things maybe you shouldn't have, or you didn't handle things in the best way. So now you get this like coldness about you, like, nobody was no goody two shoe. I mean, if there's guys who've done less and there's done worse, you know what I mean? You place yourself somewhere on the meter, but you come to a reality check, like, maybe I don't know, maybe I owe karma forever. It's not sounding like a victim. I'm just saying we don't know. Special treatment, definitely. We're not special out here. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is a world. This is Earth where billions and billions of people live. If you get the love, you could combine that with the special treatment. And there's a few people that really care about you. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep it a buck. There's a few people that really care about you. And an example of that caring and love, I guess, will tie in with special treatment. Because you can't give love or feel like there's love and nothing special happens. At some point, right? So, I don't know. But that was cute. Deserve love or special treatment. That's for the ladies. I ain't really going to get on y'all. Y'all feel y'all deserve that, I'm sure. The battle of who's the prize. It's draining. Listen, man. Whoever uplifts the other's life, that's who the fucking prize is. And I ain't going to say man. I ain't going to say woman. And I ain't going to judge who that turns out to be. That's who the fuck is the prize. If both of y'all is just living regular, average lives, y'all just have a good time when y'all come together. It's simple as that. That's, you feel your time is spent well doing that. You don't feel like it's a waste. You enjoy that time sharing. That's all the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, this prize shit is like, what do you do? How do you make me better? Challenge me. How do I make you better? Otherwise, nothing's deserved. To be honest. I mean, nobody's a prize. I'm not going to say nothing's deserved. Apologies. My bad. Take that back. God forbid. Love is deserved and special treatment is deserved to those who earned that. That's the best way to phrase that. Earn that. Not just off rip because you fucking exist. Done. Once may be an accident. Twice is a choice. 3 times it's who they are. Let's go back to the fear of getting played. How much patience do we have? Again, once we get older. I've heard people say that on the once they done. That's a bit of a stretch depending on what that one is. But it's almost safe to say once may be an accident. Let's give that. It may. Twice is a choice. That's worded pretty polished. Twice, 90% of us should be like this clip. It's over. 3 times, they just playing in your face now. You just catching it and you allowing it. And if the 3 times happen, I don't want to hear shit. Don't complain. Don't boo-hoo. Don't. And that's being ridiculous because no matter what mistakes we make in life, willingly or unwillingly, knowingly or naive, we're going to still boo-hoo about it, still complain about it, still chat about it when it's ridiculous. Honor that. It shouldn't get to 3. It shouldn't get to 3. It's challenging, it's tough because the 3 may be spread it out like a motherfucker. So once maybe 2026, twice maybe 2028, third time maybe in 2030. Just giving an example that's kind of crazy for people to like really play off who they are or play a role so good that things are not noticed sooner. It's kind of crazy, but we shouldn't get to 3 times, people. Once again, once is crazy to be like one and done, depending on what it is. Everyone, most majority should be at the twice stage. After that second time, it's like, that might be it for you. You understand? So it's tricky, I know. Back to fair game played. Well, no. Let's combine the deserve love and special treatment, because again, if you're in that desperate can't be alone, or you feel like you're getting up there, you don't want to be old alone, 3 times may happen. 3 times may happen. And that's going to lead into my next topic, because we got to stop the desperation. We got to stop it. Love you. I mean, I can't stress that enough. I say that every time. It's easier than you think. Love you. Love you. If you're a complete loser, love you. Because you know what? Being described or judged or feeling that way about yourself can still be productive if you turn it around in your energy and your thinking and how you go about your day to day. Things could turn around. Every time you wake up, there's a chance to turn it around. You got too much fucking influence from others around you that don't give a fuck about you, whether they are, pretend to kiki in your face. You let social media influence it. They don't give a fuck about you. Whatever you watch on the television, they don't give a fuck about you. What you intake, what you allow your brain to receive from what you see, what you hear, what you indulge in, is determining how you feel about you. And you shouldn't let that be. Things are entertainment purposes. Things are for a time. Things are in passing. Things are just, you let the world be. If you social media, you don't take that serious. It's entertainment, or peel back and not go on it then. What you watch on TV, it's supposed to be entertainment. Not supposed to take that literal. Whoever's around you, maybe in where you ground at, where you dwell at. You could have meaningful conversations, meaningful interactions, but you taking this too literal. I go back to, not many people care. You're not special. So something happens. It's bad, man. We live in a selfish fucking world. Nobody gives a fuck. Who cares? And this is a darker episode. Apologies again. But prove me wrong. Of course there's cases of it. Of course you got the one or two, the couple, the few. But I'm telling you, people who know you, know anything about you, know your name, know where you work, what area you live in, any way that your name is brought up and you're mentioned, it's sad, because out of that number, here's the one or two or the couple that really fuck with you like that, really got you, really care. But that ratio, it's a sad number, because if 100 people, 100 people could describe you to someone else, 5% of that 100 people really give a fuck. I see things put together. That's dope. You know what I mean? I don't want to sound too negative. I'll go a little left to describe strength in numbers. If people could plan a party, a get together, any type of event, and you'll see numbers, right? You'll see people there. You'll see people show out. It's still for selfish reasons. You think that, I won't go into celebrities, right? I just mean like regular, normal people. Because the celebrity thing is a tricky avenue to attack, and I don't want to attack it. Like, I'll give the example of Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z. Selling out the stadium. Is there selfishness there? No. Those are fans that really want to see him do his thing, right? There's something you could dig in there and find and go, but it don't matter. You paid your money. So even if it is a selfish reason, he got paid. Chris Brown and Usher, genius. Selling that out. They get paid. So whatever real reasons people turn out for those type of things don't matter. But I'm just saying to us as regular common day folk, the numbers you see, they don't give a fuck. And you may say I'm negative. Again, this is dark. But you know when you find out who cares or do a great job of pretending to care? When you're gone. When you're gone. And I've discussed that too. You know, it's sad how your funeral, your memorial will have more people than anything you put together while you're alive. Your funeral, your memorial will have more people there than when you were alive and try to put anything together. I promise you. Unless you just that for a career. You're a promoter. You do parties and shit. You plan shit. I'm talking about a regular person. Take anything. Turn 21. You turn 30. You turn 40. You throw that. You might get a good turnout. So I'll lighten up a little bit. There will be times in your life that resemble the crowd that's going to come to your funeral or memorial services. But on the day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month, the real support you may need, the real care or concern or whatever, takes a village, right? You not going to get it. And people going to say, yo, voice of reason, life be lifing. People got shit going on. People got family, kids to raise. We can't check in every day. But how often do you check in? How many people and how often? I'll let you answer that. I won't even stay there. I'm done. Y'all figure that out. But tell me if I'm wrong. And we won't be able to discuss it. No one does. Because if I'm right or wrong, you're gone. You're gone. Only the people who went to that could testify. You know, because I don't know what really happens after you go from here. And I ain't going to try to tackle that. Freedom in Christ. Amen. And to close out, stop dating terrible women because they're attractive. Fellas, I got to get you. We all are weak for this. We also are getting influenced by people around us that don't give a fuck. What we see on social media, confession, fuck it, throw me in there. What we see on social media, the people around us that don't care, what we watch on TV is influenced like a mug. So we interact organically with whoever, especially if we're a little social. And what happens? We like something, right? We attack it. I don't mean the word attack in a negative way. We approach it. We indulge. Our brain start the braining. And what's the problem? If we approach or interact somewhere where they're not the most attractive, they're a little bit. You know, we all beautiful creatures in our own way. Who am I to call you less than? But you know the deal. We're gonna gravitate towards the better looking if we can. If there's a window, if there's a shot, if you put us in that vicinity, fine. Ooh, it boosts our adrenaline. It boosts our confidence. It boosts our energy. Age is involved here. Sometimes we get older and it's not as riveting. It's not as energetic, but it don't matter. We not getting out of this. You know what I'm saying? No one is exempt. Whether you first hit puberty, you're a teenager, you first start dating guys, till you my age and past, It will always have energy, attractiveness. You know what? You know the ones that don't, and they can't even brag. You know the ones who don't, they don't have the confidence. They don't think they could pull it off, or they pulled it off before, and it sucked, and they fell away. So they don't want to go there no more, even though they know that's what they like. Or they just got the numbers game. They just going after everything and just like a big mix, like all in the pot. Attractive, not so attractive. This, just to play, to not even have to size this up in a way that they should. Or to have the advantage because they know they're dealing with less attractive, and the person who's less attractive probably shows the confidence that they're less attractive. Sidebar, I think I figured out what I was going to say from earlier before I get out of here. Women show us more how attractive means less. Oh, man, I can smile, but this shit ain't funny. Women show us, fellas, pay attention. They show us how looks are really not important. They can really play that off, even if they cap, even if deep down, they go, this motherfucker, like a modern day masterpiece. Sarcastic, whatever. But they show us, fellas. You need to take a page out of the women's book for that one. That one, I applaud. I'm about to put the thing back on for the women. That ass. Women show us how to maneuver, how to get, or how to make it look like they get the special treatment. What was the other? Deserve love with less attractive. They winning. Because what women will tell you? It's how they're treated. How does that person make them feel? And then they could deal. Men, how do they treat us? How do they make us feel? We care. But how attractive are they? And we gotta stop. Just be emotionally intelligent and stop letting influence you in the negative way. Of course, if you go on IG, Facebook, TikTok, you seeing beautiful women 24/7. Natural, not natural, BBL, whatever, AI. It is an influence. It overpowers. It's overpowering. It's overbearing, really. It's too much dopamine. So it influences us in our approach and our real interactions. And we gotta learn how to tuck that. We gotta learn how to tuck it. I'm just saying, stop dating terrible women just because they're attractive. If they hold their own and they dope, fine. This is where you cut off right away. Remember that once, twice, three? The attractive, if that's what you want to cut off once, fellas only. I hear you. Once that red flag, because they fine, and that's not gonna be their first and last time. They really move like that. You know super humility when you see it. And don't come at me, ladies. I'm just keeping it a buck. You can use your own approach. You always do. I give y'all flowers. That less attractive, making less attractive work. Damn, women. Yeah. Fire. Can't even be mad. You hear me? Keep doing what you're doing. So that's it for me. You know my 3 Ps. Stay progressive, stay pushing, and stay positive. Till the next time. Peace.